This video is going to help you to determine your tiers for the Math 003 course. There are several ways you can determine which courses and which tiers you need to pass. It's all based on what your curriculum math course is going to be. In your syllabus under the grading evaluation, you'll notice you can get different scores or different grades for this particular class. If you score an 85 or better on your final test tier 1, you pass the tier 1 and will receive a grade of P1. If you're able to complete the tier 1 and the tier 2, you get a P2 grade. If you're able to complete tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, you get a P3 grade. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to complete all 3 mod tiers in this one course. You must just complete the first tier. But if possible, you need to complete as many tiers as you can in this 16-week course. Some people will just be able to complete tier 1, some people will be able to complete tier 1 and tier 2, and some will be able to complete tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. You can also refer back to your important course information handout that's posted in these previous steps. It will help you determine which particular units you need to complete based on the tiers. If you do not know which tiers you need to complete, you can always ask your instructor, your program advisor, or the Eagles One Stop. You can also look up your program of study and see which math class you need to take. Again, the number of tiers you must complete during this class depends upon your program of study. Again, I've listed the tiers, and down at the bottom I've listed the particular curriculum math classes that you could probably take for your program of study. If you're someone who has to take Math 110, you only need to complete Tier 1. Math 143 was Tier 1 and Tier 2. Math 152 is Tier 1 and Tier 2. And finally, Math 171, the pre-calculus algebra, is Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. You need to be able to complete as many of these tiers as you can in this 16-week course. The more you complete, the less you'll have to take in another class, or take it all. So make sure that you understand which tiers you must complete. You shouldn't understand and find that out during the first week of class. Your instructor can tell you. You can check with your program advisor, or you can check with the Eagles One Stop, or again, you can check on your program of study and see which one of these math classes is required. Whichever math class is required will at least tell you which modules you need to complete up through and including. You don't have to complete all 3 tiers if that's the one you need to take in this 16-week course. You need to make sure that you get Tier 1 completed, and if you have time, advance to the next tier and then the final tier also. You can take this Math 003 class again. If you complete Tier 1 in this course, you can take the Math 003 class again in the summer or fall and try to complete your other ones to avoid having to take the co-requisite math classes that go along with these curriculum courses. Again, if you have any questions, just talk to your instructor or your program advisor.